So, because it's ridiculously hot, we're going to make ice cream.
Yep. And we're not a pair of dirty mingers. We haven't been wearing these clothes all week. We're just recording 2 of these back to back.
Yes, and we have 7 minutes and 45 seconds to make ice cream, so let's crack on.
Because that's when the cupcakes from last week's episode will be done.
Okay. Although maybe we should do the ice cream this episode because it's hot and it's going to stay hot.
So just ignore all that about cupcakes. That's a spoiler for potentially next week.
Okay, so we're going to make no-churn ice cream, I think is the technical term, which basically just means it's super easy to do. So you need whipping cream because...
Whipping cream?
Whipping cream because... Do you want the full geeky reason why?
If you can explain it in time, yeah.
Okay, so most of them call for double cream, but if you over whip double cream at all, because of the really high fat content, it turns slightly to butter and then you end up with a slightly buttery taste. Like a sort of, you end up with the globules of fat on your tongue and it doesn't taste great. So you need, because ice creams are all about the mix of the sugar, fat, water combination that affects the freezing temperature. So, and that affects how it tastes. So
right.
If it's got too much water in, it will freeze too cold and then you end up with ice crystals. And if there's too much alcohol or sugar in it, the freezing temperature goes so low that it will just never freeze in a normal domestic freezer.
And in the pantheon of creams,
yes,
you've got single cream and double cream. Where does whipping cream fit in?
Whipping cream, I think, off the top of my head, is like 35 to 40% fat, as opposed to double cream, which is possibly like 50.
And single cream is?
I don't know, low.
So this is somewhere in between.
At some point, I knew the percentage fat contents of all creams for the purpose of ice cream making, but you know.
Right. So what we do?
That's because I'm obsessive. We need 300 ml. See, I created this recipe a while back, and then I didn't save it.
So are you guessing at this point?
No. So I wrote down the content, the amounts, but I didn't write down the method. That was really intelligent of my past self, wasn't it?
You're not putting that back in the fridge.
No, not quite yet.
So we've got whipping cream.
And then we need condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk.
Not evaporated milk, condensed milk.
That won't, no.
Because evaporated milk and condensed milk are not the same thing.
No, so we need half the can. So this is, I don't know, why do you make a can of 397 grams? Someone answer me that. Anyway, half that. So technically, like, what, 198 and a half.
And a half.
In it goes. Every time I say things like that, I want to respond with, but I've got cold toes. Because I've read Fox's Socks too many times.
But that's on it goes.
I know, and yet still.
And in it goes, but I've got cold toes.
Ooh,
right,
there
so
we go, 199. It's fine if it's a little bit off.
Right.
Okay.
So we've basically got
need
whipping cream and condensed milk in here.
Yes, and now we need. I've got this bit.
This is left to me to fill some time while Hannah is off getting something out of the cupboard.
Liquid glucose.
Ooh, liquid glucose.
We need 10 grams, because probably that means like 2 teaspoons, but I can't be faffed with trying to get that.
Spoons.
No, not with stuff of this viscosity.
Oh, because then a bunch of it sticks to the spoon
Yeah,
and you lose
and
it.
then
So
it's
just
like,
like, let's
hey.
just squeeze it into the bowl.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. So in it goes.
And what's the purpose of the liquid glucose, Mark?
It does nice things to texture.
It does nice things to texture.
Look, I'm being less geeky right now.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I'm not entirely sure, but I know that it does things to texture.
Right.
And then we need a teaspoon of vanilla.
Vanilla.
Because vanilla is tasty. Right. 1 teaspoon. And then we are going to whisk it for until it's thick, stiff peaks.
Well, you've got about 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, wait for that one. There we go, nearly there. Just soft picks, not hard picks. I was wrong. Really easy to over whisk cream when you get to this stage. But I think that is pretty much there. Yeah?
Okay.
There we go.
What do we do with that?
There we go. See? We go. Look at the yummy ice cream. It smells really tasty. This goes in the freezer. Should set within, I'm going to say 2 hours. It just depends on your freezer, I think.
Right, well, I'm going to go put that in the freezer.
Other flavours, there are a few. I did a chocolate one, which I enjoyed, which I can share the recipe if people want it. But for now, what I'm going to try and do is make a lemon one. I mean, you can add anything you like, really. Especially, like, you can add chocolate chips, you can add cookie dough. You can make cookie dough. Like, you can make cookie dough without egg in. I've discovered that lemon likes to infuse over time. So I'm going to grate a zest of lemon in here. And I'll let you know how this one turns out in the Facebook Live.
Oh yeah, because we're going to do a live about this next week.
And then at the Facebook Live, or in between, you can comment on this and let me know if
you know, the thing is, because this will be released after the Facebook Live.
I know, yeah. But if you comment on the Facebook Live or on this video later and ask for other ice cream recipes, I think that this can probably make just about anything. This is my assumption. You just got to be careful though, because everything you add in terms of like melted chocolate and stuff will change the texture.
So if it's this easy to do ice cream this way, why is it done the more traditional long form stirry way?
Because that will last a lot longer. And so this doesn't have a very low freezing temperature. It doesn't hold its temperature very well because it doesn't have much sugar in. Ice cream made the proper ways like epic, but it's not sellable. This isn't really sellable particularly because you couldn't really have it. You can't have it out the freezer for very long without it losing. Like it just melts at a lower temperature. Well,
so
yeah.
We've got a bunch of whipping cream here and some lemon zest in it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. So what I'm going to do is so I don't know. Usually when you infuse flavours, you heat things. But lemon isn't an enormous fan of heat, as far as I can tell. And I've had success adding lemon zest to creme pat and then leaving it in the fridge, and the flavours really. So
you're just going to put that in the fridge and then do what you've already seen us do with the vanilla.
Yeah.
And then
see what happens.
We're going to tell you about that. Or if you're coming to this from Facebook Live, you'll have seen the results already.
Yeah.
If you're coming to this having not seen the Facebook Live, there will be a link in the description of the YouTube video to go back to the Facebook Live and you'll be able to see us eat it.
Yeah. The only question is, zest of 1 lemon or 2? Do I keep going? I mean, you can never have too much lemon.
Okay, in it goes.
Okay, well, enjoy the weather, guys. Or if you're like Luke, stay inside and cry.
I'm not that much of a wuss. Stay inside and whinge.
Yeah.
Probably.
Bye.
Bye.